the... What's happened to my texture pack? Kitty, have you been pressing buttons? Well, can you change it back? Alright, that's it. No more tummy rubs. I didn't mean that. G'day, oh, hang on. Nope, that's not it. Man, what on earth has that cat been doing to my computer? Here we go. G'day, folks, it's Cortezerino, and I have built a driveway for my castle, complete with a garage door. So this is cool. We finally have a way up to our entrance over there, and it's pretty defensive, and this is actually very much like the castle that I am basing this on, except I changed a couple of things with this little doorway over here. So the idea is, when the drawbridge is up, no enemies can get over there. They need a ladder or something to get up to the door and to the gate, but when the drawbridge is down, we can still have these bars lowered down so no one can charge in. They have to come in on the side here and go through the door. So that is pretty cool. I did change the design a little bit from the one in real life, but it is still looking very nice. And that's not all I have done, guys. I am building a tower. Now this is actually supposed to be a big square room on a diagonal, but I really don't like the look of diagonal buildings. I know it's like a thing in Minecraft. If you're a really good builder, you throw in some diagonal buildings. So I'm putting it in, but I'm trying to make it look like it's not a diagonal building just by flattening off some of the edges right on the ends here. So it does look more like one of these other towers, but technically, yes, it is a diagonal building. And there's not much going on a lot of the walls over here because I intend to have other buildings wedged right up against this. So this doorway isn't going to open to the outside. It's going to open into another building over there. But check this thing out. This was giving me a headache. See, the building in real life has a little thing like this for no reason. It's really, really creepy. I might be able to find a photo to throw up on the screen. The original one's made out of wood, but I thought it looked too weird, so I've made mine out of stone. But basically, we've got an entrance to the building just up there. We've got a doorway there, and then we've got another doorway over here, and that gave me an idea for this tower. I'm going to make this kind of like the Tower of London. It will be a big jail cell because we've got this room down the bottom, but to get out of this room, we've actually got to leave the tower, go on the outside of the building, and then come back in. So any guards up on the castle wall will be able to see who's coming and going. So I thought that's pretty good for security. So I haven't done too much in this room here. I've just decorated it a tiny bit. Basically just thrown a bunch of stuff down. We've got a table. We've got a very cool chandelier here. So what I've done is I've got two armor stands with some iron boots on, just resting on top of that iron bar. And I think it looks super good. That's an idea I got from my buddy BC. He is a crazy builder. He's always making chandeliers with armor stands wearing diamond boots, and they look really cool. But I'm not that rich, so we are using iron boots. But let's continue up the tower. So we've got to come outside, wrap around this thing, and then back in here. So I've done one room so far, and I've done a very high ceiling on this one because I figured this is a bit of a defensive position because we've got the castle wall right here. If the castle wall is breached, then all the guys can fall back into this room, and then they can get up on these little balconies and fire down at anyone trying to get through the door. It's pretty good for defense, and then the guys in their bunk beds have somewhere to store all their stuff as well. So it absolutely has nothing to do with me wanting to make a really high room so that I don't have to build extra rooms in the tower. It's going to be a huge tower, and like once I finish designing the thing, I'm then going to spend another day designing all the rooms to go inside. So that takes a long time. So what have we got up here? Not much at the moment. We've got a little winding staircase. I actually hate these things. They make me dizzy. But then we get up the top and we are ready for the next level, which I've already designed. We are going to do a bunch of jail cells. And we'll do a few levels of them, and then hopefully we are tall enough that we can finish off the tower. But we're not going to do this just yet. We are going to run off and do something else. I know I said that the last episode I said like we were here, and I said, oh, okay, we're going to run off, but we'll be back. But this time, guys, we are going to be back. I am 100% fairly positive that we will return. And you know, when I was messing around with resource packs for the start of this video, I found this one. This is Fwip's texture pack. It's more of an add-on to the classic Minecraft textures, and I actually kind of considered this. See, I like to stay purely vanilla, just because I do a lot of building tutorials, and if I build something, I want you guys to be able to build it and it look exactly the same. And this one's just a little bit too different. We've got jungle trapdoors are green for some reason. I don't know if I like that. But the windows do look super cool, and this would be brilliant for my Japanese buildings. But then again, you would have to have the same pack to be able to copy it. But what I do love about this one, and I know I can get this with little add-ons, and I'll consider it, we've got the blocks that sort of bleed into one another on the ground. So the dirt and the grass sort of stretch onto the other block. That's pretty cool, but it would drive me nuts around here. I would have to put more stone underneath this stone to stop all this dirt sticking around the outside. Don't like that, but I do like these leaf blocks. So that's something I might do, just get the better leaves add-on, because they look super cool. The trees look great as well. Yes, that is very nice. So, yes, maybe one day you will see me get the better leaves add-on. That'd be cool, but yes, this is a very nice texture pack, actually. Everything else seems to be pretty much exactly the same. But enough of this resource pack nonsense. We are off to the Nether. So my Nether is still just a network of dodgy little passages, but I've finally started to build something pretty cool. I'm going to be a little bit careful. We get the occasional blaze spawning down here. So remember last time I was talking about my wither skelly thing, doobie, where I've got a big open space up above, and I'm using iron golems to lure the wither skeletons down. And it looks like just as I was walking up, we had a pack spawn in. So you can see some of them have pumpkins on their heads, and some of them don't. These machines, basically what they do is when a wither skeleton drops down, he drops through a tripwire, and I've got a bunch of dispensers there that will try to put a pumpkin on his head. So if I'm just walking by, any that get pumpkins on their heads will not despawn, so I can at leisure come in here and try and get some skulls. And I've got about 10 skulls already just from building this thing. But I found only about half of the wither skeletons seem to be able to get the pumpkins on their heads. But that's pretty good. Let's see if we get any skulls. Stay away, pigmen. I've really got to... Once I figure out what exactly I'm doing with the Nether, I've got to make this place spawn-proof. Did we get any goodies? No skulls out of that. And I can just take the pumpkins from here and replace them into the dispensers when we're done, so we never have to bother restocking. Come on, give me a skull! Where's the thing for this? There it is. Nope, nothing there either. See, I've got these ones have 2 little drop chutes for the wither skeletons, but these ones only have 1. I originally designed this just as a little square room, and I had one of these in each corner, and I was getting so many skulls I thought, no, I'll make it a little bit bigger, and I added 2 more. So let's go up above, let's get the bow at the ready. There could be blaze up here. There may be nothing at the moment. Oh, we've got a few spawning in. Oh, there goes the skelly. Is he going to go straight for the golem? See, it's not perfect. They kind of hang around sometimes. He'll go in eventually, though, once he... Yeah, there he goes. Let's take care of this blaze. Can I fire my bow? Oh no, I am lagging. We'll be okay. So it'd be nice to be able to put a whole bunch of wither roses up here just to take care of all the blaze and these little magma doobies. But yeah, it's doing okay. I've got turtle egg traps in the walls to get the pigmen, just to clear them out. So they will see the turtle egg and they'll run over here and jump on the cactus. I've got a tutorial for this. If you search for turtle egg trap, go away. you will find it, and it's a lot more to it than you would think. Well, it's not really that much to it. You just need to leave a gap above the turtle egg, because if you've got a block right above it, the pigmen will realize they can't jump on it, and they will ignore it. But I've got a bunch of these turtle eggs scattered all the way around the room, and then the way this drop chute works, I'm just checking no one's going to sneak up on me and drop me down there. See, there's our tripwire, but if we listen when I throw something in, you can see that fires a whole bunch. That's because the wither skeletons spawn in packs, and so a lot of them are dropping down at the same time. So I don't want like a whole group to fall down, but them only to fire once. So anytime that is triggered, that thing will keep firing while that tripwire is triggered. Can we? Oh, here go the pigmen. There he goes, onto the cactus, bye-bye, and that allows more guys to spawn up here. Can we get into the redstone without me destroying too much? Oh, yeah. Oh, I wonder what that noise was. That is pigmen having a terrible time. So here we got one tripwire there, and the other one's over there. So that just powers this redstone line. We've got a little pulse extender to keep it going. And then we've just got a piston under there. Pushes that observer in front of that one. When you've got two facing each other, that makes a clock. Powers the dust, powers all the dispensers. So the idea for this room is that I don't actually AFK here. Just while I'm running by, we'll have wither skeletons drop down. And then I can, at leisure, just kill them off. And it's right in the middle of all my tunnels. See, right down the end there. Have I got my zoom working? Whoop, that's not the zoom button. That's the zoom button. Oh, hang on. Let's get straight. So there's my little ice road off to the desert and my iron farm. And yeah, more passages over there. And then out this way, I've got my blaze farm. So this, get out of the way, dude. So this is an area I'll be going through quite a bit. So yeah, I can just keep running through, getting wither skeleton skulls and not have to worry about doing any AFKing at all. But now that I've built this, I kind of want to start on the nether, and I've been trying to think of what to do for all my nether tunnels, and I actually had an idea. And that idea came from my Japanese area. And one thing you'll notice about this area is usually in an area you try and make all the houses on the same sort of theme. Like, I know they're all Japanese, but they are very different looking. That's because I'm just having fun building Japanese, but with a whole lot of different materials, making tutorials for you guys so you can find the ones you like and build those. And every house here has a purpose. So that one up there, that temple is for my nether portal. This one has a big flower farm inside, but this one here had nothing. So I decided to make this the storage for my flower farm. I've finally done it. I was talking about it last episode that I would probably build it down there underneath that trapdoor, but I haven't done that. Instead, I've managed to fit most of it in here, sort of. There is not much room, but I've got some barrels here to put my bone meal in, and let's go for a little wander. So all the flowers, when they come down, first thing they'll do is pass over these two item sorters, and I've got one filtering out blue flowers, and the other one's doing the white ones. So that means all the seeds will just continue, and they go over a bunch of hoppers here, and there are composters under every single one of these, just because the items are coming in much faster than the composters can handle them. And then all the bone meal just gets recycled back into the farm. And because I get so many white flowers, a lot of them will pass over this item sorter, and they will also get composted because I don't need too many of them. Can I get out? Yes, I can. But anyway, let's take the scenic route. Let's not go that way. Can I actually get down there? We might have to go this way. We will show you yes, down this way. I left a path. We can make it so all the items come down through these item sorters. I've got my little item sorter dropper combination because the items are coming in so fast. We needed 2 of them. Got a tutorial for that as well. And they follow the ice stream and go the water stream on the ice and come all the way over here. Ooh, look what I found. Yep, that was pretty dangerous to build. And then they go up the water elevator. And they just come up into this little house right here. Let's shut the door. I'm always worried. I get so many pillager patrols around this area and I can never see them coming. So just come up here, I've got my little signs to say what we've got, but there are no item sorters here. They just all come into the same chest. But yes, it's working beautifully now. But what was I talking about? I was talking about the idea for my nether tunnels, and that is to do with this building right here. You see, I did the tutorial for my large Japanese shrine, and I had to invent an interior for that, and I don't get to have the interior because mine has a great big flower farm inside, but I really do love this place. I especially love these things, these little Japanese lantern-y things. They look absolutely awesome, and I'll put a few signs up. If you get the if you get the world download for the tutorial, I've added a few little things and just put signs up to say I've added them. But I kind of want to base my nether tunnels off the interior for this room. I don't know if it'll work yet, but yeah, I really like the idea of having these lanterns all over the place. So I think we might experiment with a tiny bit of nether tunnel in this theme, and we'll see what it looks like. Man, this thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. Just as I've been working on my nether tunnel down there, these guys have been dropping in constantly. I had a big group of about 8 of them here before, and just from giving those guys a whack, I got 3 skeleton skulls in there. Did we get any out of that? Oh, come on. Let's do a quick run round, see what we can get. Check it out, guys. Just from that little group, I got 2 more skulls. I'm up to about 18 now. Oh, I love this thing. And just in case you are curious about the layout of my little drop chutes here, I got this design from a Ray's Works video, but I found it wasn't quite right. So what he has is he's got an iron golem here, and he is standing on some half slabs, and that puts the top of his head just high enough that only the wither skeletons can see it. And they'll run over here, and they think that trapdoor is a full block, and they will drop down. The problem is, I found that if the skeletons were somewhat far away, they just wouldn't notice him. They had to be really close before they could see him. So what I did is I raised up the golem just a little bit. So I replaced that slab with a chest. It's just a little bit higher, and let's get a golem in there. This can be a little bit tricky to do. I was pushing him in with pistons, but we can nudge him in like this. We'll get him on there, surround him with our wall. But then the problem is, I found he was just a little bit too high, and I'll cut the lights so I can spawn in a skeleton. And that meant that the skeletons could see him, and they were peppering arrows. And you see, some of them weren't hitting. I found probably about a quarter of the arrows managed to hit the golem. You see, he got hit then. So it was, oh, hang on. What's going on here? We got some trouble. So that was a tiny bit too high. So I added an extra trapdoor up the top there just so we could run some carpet around like that. And I found that was just the right height, that even though the skeletons could see him, they couldn't get him with any arrows because it would just hit the carpet. Look, they're not even firing, and some of them aren't even seeing him. So that solved the skeleton problem, although I do tend to get some skeletons down in the chute. So when I walk into that big room, they start shooting at me. And that is why I need wither roses. But enough of all that. Let's check out the nether tunnel. So this is what I came up with. I am not 100% sure. I'm not sure if it's too busy or too plain. Something's not quite right. It could be the roof. I've just used the acacia and the andesite roof, so maybe that doesn't look so flash. Maybe I should replace that with prismarine. But overall, I do like the design. It's a very large nether tunnel. You compare it to the size of my original little ones. This one took a lot of doing and a lot of redesigning. And the cool thing about this, well, there's 2 cool things. No pigmen at all can spawn in here. I've either got carpet, half slabs, or trapdoors. We're not going to get any pigmen in our tunnel whatsoever. But the other cool thing is, at any time, I can just walk into the side here. And underneath this trapdoor, we've got packed ice, so I can do my really quick little run. So these tunnels can be used for fast travel. And then I've got these lights up here, and the idea is, I can signpost which tunnel leads where. With the banners, I can just put some cool banners up there so I can at any time look up and go, oh yeah, that's in that direction, just in case I get lost. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm not 100% sure. So before I do too much more work on my little nether hubby type thing here, I want your opinion. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of it? What do you think I could do to improve it? And I'll also put the world download in the description of the video, so if anyone wants to, they can come in here and have a fiddle with this tunnel. And if you can improve it, definitely tweet me some screenshots, because I'm ready to get working on the nether, and I just need the design laid down to know what I'm doing. But yeah, it's not 100%. There is something a little bit wrong. But I think I'll do a little bit more. I'll probably come in here and turn the corner just so I know what a corner is going to look like in this nether tunnel. And yeah, so definitely, guys, help me out with this one. I'm trying to do an outro, but there is a ghast that keeps flying by that opening in the tunnel back there. I'm getting a little bit worried I'm going to get blown up, but we'll see how we go. So thanks for watching. Oh, what's that? Cortez, you said you were going to get back to the castle and you haven't done it? Well, I appreciate you guys too much to leave you hanging, guys. We're going to finish that tower because I love you and I need a thumbnail. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later. Kitty.